Namaskar, welcome to another edition of What the Fatah. Uh, Today I want to take you back to a time of innocence when the East India Company came to this country. When they arrived, we were making 32% of the world GDP. By the time they left, about 300 years later, we were producing just 8% of the world GDP. You must be wondering what happened. Well, that wealth got transferred to now the white supremacists who live in the royal palace, where no person of color can even get a clerical job. This was the time when Queen Victoria's Munshi Abdul was considered to be unworthy of entering the palace. But I shall not digress. A trauma that should have made us aware of distinguishing between friend and foe. Perhaps we are laid back so much in our selfishness that we are not cautious and wondering what else is happening in our neighborhood. Some may, but most Indians don't. And I'm talking of the new East India Company, which is the People's Republic of China. It has encircled India. It has for sport facilities in Sri Lanka, in Gwadar in Pakistan. In Bangladesh, it is trying to get into Chittagong side. In Myanmar, they already have a pipeline. So they are surrounding Hindustan or Bharat from all sides, the Bay of Bengal, the Arabian Sea, and the Indian Ocean, even up to Maldives, where they dump all the garbage they can find and they dump it south of Maldives. So that is not just the one thing that they are doing. We now learn through today's conference in Europe, where Uyghur Muslims from China in its northwestern territory, Xinjiang, that what would it be in millions? 10 million people. That's a lot of people. I don't know how much would that be in crores. I don't know. But they are all prisoners in concentration camps where they are being deprogrammed, where men and women as Muslims are not allowed to keep the names as Muhammad, where women are stripped and they are drugged and are forced to take medicines that would make them how should I put it, unable to bear children. The whole attempt of the Communist Party of China is to eliminate an entire people. And they are getting away with it. These are the same people who introduced COVID-19 to the rest of the world, devastated places like in the first phase, Iran, if you remember, Italy, lately India, for no fault of ours, a country that is hell-bent on ensuring that the only democracy, functioning democracy in the developing world is crushed. And yet we look at other ways to accommodate them. I sometimes even wonder what happens to Indian Muslims. They are very happy shouting about Palestine and Gaza and everything that, but there has not been one Indian demonstration outside embassy in Delhi asking China to stop the genocide of these people who have no one to look up to. Just this week, the Uyghurs are meeting in London, a meeting with other people to bring this issue to the fore as to what is going on. An entire nation is being wiped out. It's like the Darfuris were wiped out by the Arab Janjaweed in Sudan, or many other places like the Pakistanis tried to wipe out the Bangla-speaking Muslims in what was then East Pakistan. This is taking place while we are sitting talking about it. It's just north of India. And if you look at it, that the twin attack, first exterminating an entire people through a genocide, and then introducing COVID-19 and pretending that it was passed on from animal in wet markets to the human kind, and that it was nothing that they could do about it. Now even President Biden has asked his security services to investigate if this was an experiment, a leak from the Wuhan laboratory. Everyone who was saying that was mocked. And the consequences for India, because of the folly and the horrid attitude of the Chinese, is unspeakable. And yet, there is no boycott of Chinese goods anywhere in Hindustan. How can this happen? Why would any Indian take this slap on their face? China is empowering Pakistan to undermine India. China is getting into the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea and the Indian Ocean to surround India from all sides. And the rest of the country, rest of India, is fighting amongst itself. They can't get together to say the world is facing a new threat of Chinese imperialism across the world, from Peru to Ethiopia to Eritrea to Zambia. You go wherever you go, the Chinese use money, extend loans, get the countries to go bankrupt, and then snatch land and military bases from them. If Indians, as the only standing country that can, a country that can stand up to China, is not going to go and challenge the Chinese leadership and say, you are the new form of imperialism. You are the people who use race, religion, and hatred towards the rest of the world to kill them so that you can survive, and the rest of the world comes with a begging bowl to you. Who's going to stand up? They can easily bribe anyone in the United States. You and I know Western leadership has gone bonkers. Anyone, any spokesperson can be bought by anyone, because we have started believing in the greatness of acquiring wealth. And that seems to be the single most, aim of everyone who wants to do anything in life, is to acquire lots of money and then die and leave it behind for others. No one is standing up for democracy, the free world, of free trade, and the end of slavery, the end of poverty. The number of people killed by the Chinese in India should be every Indian's aim in life. That you killed my brother, and you made Indians write anti-Indian articles in the Guardian and the New York Times, instead of saying that this disease is coming from Beijing-controlled virus labs in Wuhan. We become our own enemies. That's how the East India Company swallowed up Bharat. We should now know that China, and through China, the so-called Islamic Republic of Pakistan, needs to be watched with great care. You've got Chinese military ports on all sides. Even in the Bay of Bengal, there's an island that the Chinese have. I didn't even know about that. जब तक हिंदुस्तानी एक दूसरे के साथ हाथ मिला के जय हिंद, भारत माता की जय नहीं कहेगा, that person should be told, भैया, you don't like Bharat? You don't think Bharat Mata ki jai कहना चाहिए? Please, this is a reverse passport, and cross the border, go to your lovely Pakistan, or better still, Somalia or Afghanistan. You have so many places where you can be the dogs of China. But we don't want. We are self-respected people. We are going to fight away, and we will fight it as a nation, as a 5,000-year-old civilization, as children of Sindh, the Mohenjo-daro, Takshila, the Ganges, the Ravi, the Satluj, the Narmada, everything is here. चीन को जवाब देना होगा हमें. But we cannot do that if we are not thinking about that Indian civilization is under threat. This is not the East India Company. This is a poisonous East China Company that is coming to destroy us. And we better not be sleeping this time when they come to chop off the hands of the Bengali weavers that produce the world's finest cloth. Let's make sure that this never happens again. Until next time, take care. Namaskar. Khuda Hafiz.